Good morning, everybody. So this morning, just real quick, I'm going to go over the list of stocks I have on watch today. Now, BABA, I'm not going to trade BABA. I was short BABA and managed to average in at about $231 a share on 70 shares. And I let go of it on this day, the 7th, which was Thursday, at about 224 a share, maybe 222 a share, something like that. Right in this area, right in here, yeah, 222.50. And the reason that I let it go, usually I would let this pattern play out. This is definitely a very bearish pattern. There's a very well formed head and shoulders with a move past the neckline, then a test of the neckline, a failed test, a rejection from the neckline. Let's see, I'll zoom it in here a little bit. It hit the neckline and it failed, pulled back, and then failed to make it back to the neckline, or made an attempt back to the neckline and couldn't make it, and then pulled back. Now we have another I don't know what you call it, an up short. It's coming up short again for the neckline, not testing it again. Still, just the price is starting to drift lower and lower. I would have loved to have stayed short on this name, but there's a possibility that BABA gets put on a list of securities that cannot be traded on the American exchanges and the U.S. exchanges. And that means that if I'm in it, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword. The reason that I'm not in it, one is if news comes out that it will maintain its listing status on U.S. exchanges, then I don't want to be short in it. And if it comes out that it will be listed and taken off of the U.S. exchanges, then I won't be able to trade it anyway, even if I am in the right direction from it. So that news came out, I think it was that Thursday that it might be put on a list, and my broker put out a little bit of I guess, an emergency message saying, hey, if you're positioned in BABA at all, you need to consider the fact that this thing could be put on a list and you can't trade it anymore. So I dumped the position. Fortunately, it was a profitable position. I have it. I'm keeping. I'm watching it. I want to see how it plays out. It's just kind of a spectator sport on this one at the moment. Okay, so SBE is another one that I'm just kind of keeping an eye on. I have a feeling that it's going to complete this pattern again. I'm waiting for a pullback and another test of this channel. Generally speaking, I think this thing's on its way up. I bought in at 36 on this day. Yeah, 36 right here on this day. And I sold it at 39-ish after it made a move up, which was a bit premature. But I didn't like the way the trading was going. Although it was moving higher, on weakness. So SBE is, it's an acquisition group. It's an energy acquisition. Energy is a great place to be for Quad 2. I imagine this thing is probably going to continue in the upward movement. But after a stock puts in a pattern like this, there's a pretty nice pattern. I mean, it's going outside of these lines a bit. But generally speaking, the pattern is in. But what my experience has taught me in trading is that once there's this nice pattern in, then the stock won't complete the pattern. It won't make its move all the way back up to this top trend line. It's gonna another successful test off of this bottom trend line, and I'll be this bottom support line, and I'll be looking for an opportunity to enter, but otherwise I'm just watching it. DraftKings, I just like the CEO, Dave Portnoy. This is in a bit of a consolidation pattern Although it's still moving up, there's a bit of a consolidation pattern happening with DraftKings. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. It's going to open lower this morning. We'll see how it moves. For the time being, though, I'm just going to stay away from it. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I'd like to see it. There's some general support in the up direction here, but I'd like to see a pullback. I think we're going to get that today. Boeing Airlines. Boeing Airlines is taking a dip pre-market. You can't see it on the daily chart here. Let me pull up the 10-minute. And it's looking like it'll gain support somewhere in this 194 to 198 area. If it pulls back, I'll probably wait for the 195-ish area to start averaging into Boeing Airlines today. Square. Today, I can only imagine that today's going to be a buy the dip day. There might be continued weakness into tomorrow, but as of right now, we are headed into strong. I think that earnings reports, the earnings season kicks off in a little bit more than a week, and things are generally going to be up. It's going to be a strong earnings season, which is quite remarkable given the economic conditions that these companies are operating in. The environment is not friendly, but it is, I guess you could say, friendly to big business. It's not friendly to the mom and pop side of things, but the mom and pops aren't on the exchanges. So I think we're headed into a really bullish period. If I can get a pullback on Square down to this price, somewhere around 227.43 ish, I'm going to start averaging into a fairly heavy position, probably somewhere around 500 shares on Square. Workhorse. This is another one. So this is a bit more of an industrial type, but we're in the right quarter for it, economically speaking. We're coming into inflation and growth. Looking a little bit toppy right in here, but it broke out of I'll look at the one-day chart. A little toppy right in here right now, but we're coming into this area of consolidation right here. Fairly short area of consolidation, but in this area, the stock should get some interested buyers, and we should be able to see some significant upside from here into the coming quarters. This will probably be a swing trade for me. I will probably average into probably 2,000 share position over the next 2 weeks to watch this one break out of this. It's formed a bit of a topping here, and actually, you know what? I can move this candle or this line over to here now. And so it looks to me like this stock price will continue to move higher at some point over the next 2 quarters. That's my opinion. Okay, so next, Twitter. I hate Twitter. I hate this company. The trend is in place. This channel that's been building over the last year and a half or so is in place. Let's take a look here. From the bottom of this channel here, the bottom right there, to the bottom of this dip. We'll use this dip right here. So it's coming into an area of support right in this pre-market. It's at $47 roughly. And so, it's coming into a support line here, and it's behaved fairly well with this support line, this trend line right here. I might play it, but God, I hate Twitter. I just hate that company. If it can make me some money, though, then it can make me some money. So, you know. Okay, and then next up is Penn. Penn just released some fairly positive news on its earnings, and it's getting a boost. I like this chart. This is a medical company, health technology company. Health technology, health stocks, so on and so on. We're coming into a really rather heavily a political situation in which healthcare and related stocks will be subsidized, if not directly through monetary policy. I mean, certainly there will be political policy that will favor healthcare stocks and so forth. So this PIN is one that I'm interested in. It's traded light pre-market. It's up. Let's see if I have it. I don't have it yet. As of right now, it's up 6.2% pre-market. So on a pullback to the previous day's highs roundabout at $2.01. I don't know if it'll pull back that far if it's up pre-market quite so high. There's a consolidation period back here. Let's go to the daily here to see where we can find some support. So perhaps a pullback. We had if this little bit of resistance, this down move from 270 or so to the trend line and then back up again, this kind of dead cat bounce looking kind of thing. That's only at 197. I don't know. It's looking like it might be a buy right out of the gates. There might be a small pullback on this stock here. It's right above this little. You can see kind of this little bull bear fight that happened in this area right here. So it seems to me, yeah, this $200 range was support, and then this, where it is right now at 208, roughly 208, is roughly resistance. So I'll split the difference, and I'll look for an entry at around 205 here for an entry. Let me put it on the 10-minute. Let's do this. Put a Fibonacci on it real quick. So, hard to say exactly what the best entry is going to be. Okay. I just put an order in on another, let me see if that got filled. I've got my eye on another stock pre-market here. Let's see. Oh, we're within 5 minutes of the open, so I'm not going to be able to put that in. All right, so I don't like to use Fibonacci's so much on the pre-market here. So I'm going to call 206.77 the spot where I'm going to try and get a bargain price on this. So let's put 207.77 up here for an alarm. And we'll see if we can get some buyers who come in and at roughly 50% of the pre-market, or this is post-market. No, it's pre-market. So roughly 50% of the pre-market move up is at 207.77, and we'll see if we can get some support there. I'm looking at being pretty heavy on this one too. Another 500 shares probably on this stock. And so then we have Momentum, which is what I got distracted with just a minute ago. MISO announced pretty incredible results of their some kind of a heart attack drug that has they're in phase 3 trials, and they just reported some incredible results on their I guess it's not exactly a vaccine, but it sounds like some kind of a dosage on heart attack medicine that prevents further heart attacks from occurring after just one application of their vaccine, heart attack vaccine. I don't know what to call it, but anyway. So I entered at 12.96 right here on this 50% fib. And the reason that I'm not, if you look at my Fibonacci level here, you can see that I have it kind of at the bottom of this candlestick. And the reason that I didn't put it at the very top, like up here, which is what most people would do, is because this isn't a true representation of a 50% move from its last close, which it tends to be a little bit more of an accurate gauge. So it closed last at $8.66, and so a 50% increase from $8.66 puts it at $12.99. And right here you can see the 50% fib with the chart going all the way to the top here puts it at 1408. That's not really the accurate way to do it. So putting it to the bottom of this candle right here, bottom of the body of that candle, puts that 50% fib closer to 12.99 at 12.96. Could this open up and sell off? Yeah, of course it could. I have a 100 share position in it. It'll be easy to manage risk that way. My experience with these things is, and by the way, this thing has an enormous float of 116 million. I usually don't attempt to trade momentum strategy on a stock that has such a huge float. However, these, I don't want to call it a large cap, but these low price stocks, you kind of call it a mid cap, I guess, with larger volume. Now this is quite a bit larger. Usually on a mid cap, I'd look for something that has 30 or 40 million shares. It's been getting positive attention. We're less than 10 seconds away from the bell here, so I need to jump into my trading here and enter some names into my trading account. I don't have anything going yet. Here, hang on a second. DKNG, yep, we're live. Okay. BA. Square. Dipping down right away. Workhorse. Dipping down a little bit. No. And Penn. Yeah, so I've got an alarm on this price at Penn. And it looks like it did try and open up right there at 207. It did take a dip down to 207 there. Let me get into Penn real quick. Okay. I have an order in it. I'm going to put an order in at 210 and see if I can get filled. Here we go. It's coming back down to the 207 level. See if we can get a little bit of a drawback there to 207.77. I'll put an order there at 207.77. And another order in at 207.50. Okay, did I get filled? It says my order is open. I should be filled. I've got an order in at 207.77. And it says that it's still open. So I don't know why I'm, well, okay, so there's 206.48 on the bid and 207.66 on the ask. I should be getting filled on this. I wonder why I'm not getting filled. Strange. All right, well, anyway, so I'll just kind of let it play out. Okay, so over here to miso real quick. Let's go to here. Yeah, miso. Good. So I think this one is going to be essentially a grinder. Okay, all right. I got in to pen here. I'm in. Let me check my transactions. That's strange. My trading window is moving really slow. I wonder. I'll have to get in touch with my broker about that. So okay. What else? Was there something else that went off? Oh no, that was just every time I switch over a window, I get another alert. It's kind of a quirk about TradingView. LGHL is hitting the scanner again. That's one that I attempted to trade, I think, on Friday, and it just kept falling down throughout the day. Just made a downward slope the whole day. Yeah, miso is getting miso hit the scanner once, so it's getting a little bit of attention. It's a large cap, and it's such not a large cap. There are so many. The float is so high that if it's going to move, it's going to be a grinding move. So yeah, 100 shares at $12.96. I'll let it do its thing. Definitely like to see it close above that 50% mark here. Definitely like to see it close above the 50% mark. I'm going to get rid of this. Well, I'll hold the Fibonacci. I'll keep it on there. Okay, and pin is bobbing around a bit. It could close this gap right down here at 201, and that would be another spot. That would be a spot where I would get into another 100 shares, and then look to buy it on its way up from 201 as it moves up. Okay, square, we've got a pullback. So let me get into square. I'm going to get into 100 shares of square here, or I'm sorry, 200 shares of square for a starter. 28.11. All right, I'm in. Let's see where I got filled. It looks like it dropped down to the 227.80 range there when I hit the button. So I'm looking for about a $2 move on this to start taking profit after a 1% move. DraftKings coming down into, yeah, that $50 mark has been, you know, it looks like it wants to try and hold on to $50. If it fell below, then traded up above it, now it's falling back down to it again. I'll put in an order for 500 shares on DraftKings at $50 even for a bounce off of $50. This is a stock that trades quite regularly, over 500,000 shares a day. All right, so I went ahead and initiated a position there at $50.35 for 300 shares. And I'm looking for at least a 50-cent move on this to start taking profits, and I'll let the rest ride. Put half at break even and see what it does for the day. Let's see what the broader market is doing. I think the SPY opened a little bit lower today. Yeah, SPY is off about eighth of a per, or 0.8%, 0.9%. MISO falling down a bit. Definitely like to see this thing move up. There's going to be some selling here on MESO because there are going to be a lot of people who are like, oh my gosh, the stock is up, I got to take some profits. So it'll probably, for the first 20 minutes of the day, will probably go down. So I'm a little bit early on MESO, and let's see, did I get I bought it $12.96, and I got to move up to $13.41. So the 1% mark was hit. I wasn't paying attention. So anyway. Okay, so SQ. SQ, I bought it at 227, so it's making its move. Take a little bit of profit here. I'm selling half so that I can just let the rest ride. All right. So I realized a 1% gain on SQ, and now I can just kind of let it run to see how high it'll run. All right, I'm going to sell half of my DraftKings position. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in at 50.35. So I'm going to wait for DraftKings to move up to 50.85 to take profit on half of the DraftKings position, and then let the other half ride. If it chooses to make it up to $50.85, that shouldn't be. We ought to see decent support here on DraftKings. Penn working on coming back up to 207.77. Miso still kind of fading away, selling off. 11.95 would be my next entry point for MESO. There we go. All right, so Taking half my profits on DraftKings here. Yeah, looks like a good spot. And then, yeah, if it continues to rise, so yesterday or Friday's close is at $52. Looks like $52 even. So if DraftKings, continues to move back up over $52, then I don't know. The next target could be 52.42. Yeah. There's 52.29 is the top of this breakdown candle. I should say 52.36 is the top of this breakdown candle. Made a touch of that price on Friday, and then ran through it just by a few pennies, and then came back down out of it. Now you can see it hit the support level today right here at $50, and got a nice move up. So that was a good entry. MESO still falling back a bit. SQ. There's this pre-market candle here on MESO with a high here at 1246. I don't know if it's going to count for anything. It could. It's possible. Right now, it looks like it's working on coming back down to test this 1194 price, 1195. So we're about 40 cents away from that. I'm going to put a buy order in for 200 shares at 1195. And then 1138, if it comes all the way down to that 50 period moving average, I'd be surprised to see it come that far down. So we're just kind of waiting, sort of like fishing. SQ is behaving well. There we go. So this opening range right here, move back up past the opening range. I mean, there's the daily high here at 232.72. That would be quite encouraging to see it move back up over that. replace Workhorse here real quick. LSE is looking pretty toppy. It's got to move over 539 at least right here for a possible move to close to $6. It's looking pretty toppy on the 10-minute time frame as well. Let's see what the news is. It's back in December 31st. I don't see any news here. SGBX is hitting the scanner. I'll replace Boeing with SGBX. Take a look at it. But it's definitely a nice looking chart. Volume today is still pretty light. It's looking like it's making this curling back up. So if this consolidates up here, I'll put it on the 5-minute channel, on the 5-minute chart, and see if we can get some consolidation right in here for another move up to a recent high. Historically, this thing was up at $138 per share. Maybe back in 2018. I definitely can't play it now though. That it's had this run up. And I still get sucked into these things every once in a while. Every once in a while, I'll still let myself get sucked into a momentum stock on the way up. After it's breaking into new highs, I get stuck. Let's see. It's looking like it's gone into a halt here. Throw it onto my platform here, SGX. Now, its level 2 is moving really slowly. It's not trading quickly at all. It's not the kind of action I want to see on a level 2. All right, yay EXO. Let me look at EXO real quick. So this is a stock, EXO. This is a stock that I started buying back. So I'm in it at an average of $6.94 a share. It came out with some gigantic news back here, and I can't remember what it was. I started buying, let's see, I think I started buying after its pullback through here in small size. And then I bought on this day. This stock is looking like a long-term, and the business is looking like a long-term investment to me. I am in, let's see, I'm in 300 shares. So pretty light share size here. However, and I've forgotten, there some kind of bionics type thing, some $10 million man type stuff, and so I started picking up some shares, and I must have picked some up in the high of this candle on this day right here. I bought in, I remember I bought in somewhere around $5 a share, then somewhere around $4.50 a share, and then I've been kind of just like letting it ride. and now on this day, I remember when it popped up, I was like, okay, it's going to start squeezing up, and I bought in for another 100 shares at. See, I'm averaged into this thing for 779, 78, 79. Well, I don't know. No, I'm sorry. I read that incorrectly. I'm averaged into this thing. I was looking at the wrong stock. I'm averaged into this thing at $6.92 a share. So I bought it, I think at like 740. So anyway, if it can break and hold over this this spike right here, I'll give it a couple days for it to come over the price and then consolidate and move over. Then I'll be interested. Let's see, else is trying to consolidate. We'll see. This is another one that's kind of moving up. Small caps and in economic expansion, small caps are the place to be. This one doesn't look too promising at the moment. MISO, okay, so MISO is coming back down, and I got filled on another, one. I'm still only in 100 shares. Why didn't my order get filled, or am I just not seeing it on my? I'm not seeing it on my browser. Strange. All right, so I'm buying another 100 shares right here at 1164 a share. Let me bring it down. Oh, I had a 300 share order in. I don't know why it didn't get canceled, or I don't know why it got canceled. Let's see. 1164 just passed me up, so a message just popped up here. Hang on a second. Oh, I had it on pre-market. God, I hate it when I do that. I had it on pre-market in order to buy it pre-market, and I left that setting on my trading platform. So let's try that again. So I'm going to buy 200 shares. I'm going to put an order in at 1164 and see if I can get filled at 1164. Oh wow, Pin just rocketed up. That's nice. I'm gonna take some profit here on Pin. Yeah, this stock. I think Pin is getting ready to really launch. I'm only gonna take. I've got 200 shares on Pin right now. So I'm up $1,200 on it. That's nice. Yeah, I'm going to take half the profit here on Pin, and then let the rest ride. Let's see how I do for the rest of the day with it. 60,000 shares, 19,000 shares. Had a pretty decent move up. There's more selling than there is buying right here, but this small 47,000 share candle in 10 minutes really moved the price up. So the buyers have, or the sellers have left the name, and it looks like it's headed back up here. Let's see if we can get it to drift from bottom left to top right today. DraftKings doing its thing, very nice. MISO, did I get in that second round of buying on MISO? Nope, I still have an order at 1164 waiting to get filled on MESO. And MESO just filled. I got filled at 1162. So I'm an average of 300 shares at $12.08 on MESO. The selling is extending a bit more than I'd like to see, but we've got to just give this stock a little bit of time. A successful phase 3 trial is a big deal for a company that is attempting to get a product to the market. Yep. So this is the boring part of trading. It's when you're just sort of waiting for a strategy to play out. $1 million shares, 500,000 shares, 600. So there's 2 million shares of volume here in regular trading hours. Let's see if the folks who have wanted to take profits are, done with their morning rush, and see if now we get people who get buyers. It needs to hit the scanner, which it hasn't done yet. It hit the scanner once, this morning. But otherwise, it really hasn't made any noise to get traders' attention. So let's see if if it can start moving up and hitting the scanners, then we ought to see a bit more activity on it. DraftKings is attempting to hit this breakdown candle. The breakdown candle right here, the high is 52.36. So a close over 52.36 and then a move over definitely be very, very nice. Let's see, let's replace that miso and I want to put together there. Seconds left on this 2-minute candle. Let's see how it looks on the 1 minute. Yeah, that's not really a pretty pattern for the 1 minute. This thing looks like it wants to drop down further. And if it does, it'll go down, to try out. Right now, it tried to get back up above this 1195 Fibonacci. And it just doesn't look like it wants to do it right now. Gotta give it a little bit more time. Pin is doing, as of right now, Pin is doing a good job of consolidating up high. Another move back up over, really this pre-market high of 214 is where I want to see it start to test and push through. But for the time being, it's going to be the high of this breakdown. I don't even want to, that's not a breakdown candle, that's just a pullback really. But to see it break the high of this pullback candle here at roughly 214 is goal number one. Miso, we've got a little 1 minute candle. It's under pressure. It's beneath the spaghetti. How to move and after for such a so this is what you'll see with momentum stocks is, right out of the bell you'll get some selling, then you'll get traders who will come in and scalp the move after the sell-off. So there's a move here from roughly 12.40 up to 13.40, about $1 move. And then usually what you'll see is it come back down into some support level and make a quick run back up again. With a large cap stock, or I'm sorry, with a stock that has so many shares, and we're talking right now, this stock has 116 million share float. The action is just going to be slower. It's just going to be, like a slow motion momentum move. So you can't really call it momentum necessarily. It's a grind. So going to take the fib off of this one. Get that fib out of the way. It's kind of in the way. So now we've got some moving averages, and I'm going to I'll put in a line for where my price is. 1205. So it's still going to be a little bit crowded, but it's cleaner than with the fib and all the lines and the colors and everything. Oh, I'm in at an average of 1208, not 1205. Okay, and so we're creeping up past that price again. Yeah, so a move over 1246 and then confirmation over 1246 will at least get us back into play on MISO. Ultimately, I'd love to see this thing make a push for 20 during the day today. But there's bound to be, there was a significant amount of volume pre-market here. And so, a push into this 8 o'clock candle. This is you'll always see a candle like this on stocks trading pre-market, where there's a big, huge range. It's just 8 o'clock every morning. This is what it does. And so over 1246, and that gets us back in the wick of this big 8 o'clock candle. And that would definitely be a favorable move. Let's see, Penn is coming back down here a little bit, kind of exploring price in this breakup candle. So just kind of, waiting on it here. I imagine it might come back down to my entry at 207.77. I'd be surprised for it to come that far down, though. The emotions, they're tough to avoid, emotions in trading. So I'm in this thing at 207.52 for 200 shares. Let me see. Yeah, for 200 shares. So at one point I was up $1,400 on it. Now I want to say only up 800 on it right now. And it's, it sucks to see a trade go from 1,400 gain down to 800. But it's if you give in to your emotions, then you'll sell a winning trade too quickly. So I took profits on this thing a little bit. So at least I've got some cash in my pocket. I'll probably let it go. If it gets really close to my break even, I'll probably let it go before it break even, just so I can be profitable on the entire thing instead of just a portion of it. I had 300 shares, now I'm down to 200 shares. So life is good. Exo's pulling back a little bit. Hit that resistance level there. Here we go. A push through this 214 level on Penn in the next couple minutes would be beautiful. That would definitely be a really nice momentum push. I don't think that it'll do it. Let's look at the 5-minute. Let's see where we are. It's still doing sort of a bullish wedges thing here, where it's running up and then making this wedge for another move up. We'll see how it works out. in order to satisfy a momentum setup. Got to see right now the price of 213.26 is the price to beat for it to start showing signs of momentum. If it can break past 213.26 here, then the next bit of resistance will be at the top of this candle of 214. Oh, here we go. Miso's decided to move. All right, so over 12, a close on the 10-minute, especially over 1246, will be desirable. Let's check out, that's the 1 minute. I'll keep it on the 1 minute. I think the 1 minute's going to be a little bit too short of a time frame for MESO because it has such a high float. Put it on the 5 minute and see how we look. I love Mondays. Mondays are good days to trade. It seems like my best day for trading, though, is a Tuesday. Monday will be a good place to get started on trades, and then Tuesday, it seems also to be a really good day to trade. And then Wednesday, Thursday is okay, and Fridays, Thursdays. I'd probably put the 4 out of 5. So the best days, the most profitable days for me are Tuesdays, then Mondays, then Wednesday, then Thursday, and Friday is the least profitable day. And the thing about Fridays is it's really hit or miss. You never know what the market is going to do or what stocks are going to do on a Friday, if they're going to sell off or they're going to hold or what's going on. So a close over 1246 here, and then to see it pull back and test 1246 and then move up again is probable. Okay, looking good. Let's babysit this trade a little bit. I am, let's see, MESO, where are you? MESO. So I'm up almost $300 on this 250, 260 right now. My gut tells me that this thing is going to make an attempt for the pre-market highs or the pre-market range somewhere in here. Folks who were holding it, folks who bought it here at, $8.50, $9 and so, and have been, like holding it for a long time, saw the market open higher, saw the stock open higher, and were like, let me take some profits. I've been holding this thing for 10 years or whatever, how long ever it's been. And so that's this first, half hour, 40 minutes or so of trading that you see. Okay, so we got a push through VWAP here, volume weighted average price, and then it's now it's sitting back down, and that's a pretty tall topping candle. So in the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds or so, we really want to see that topping candle fill back up again in order to show interest by buyers and traders. So we'll see. A close over VWAP right here, I think, would be a bit premature. However, I mean, you never know with when a stock catches fire. There's no telling really exactly how it's going to behave. So we've definitely cleared this 1246 line. The next is this breakdown candle high right here. So we're trading into the body of this breakdown candle high right here, which is good. That means there's price exploration happening. Buyers are exploring, where in this little 5-minute sell-off, 400,000 shares are traded here. They're exploring where in that price is is a fair price that the market is willing to accept. And so then a close over the high means, okay, well, all this selling happened right here in this candle, but if we close over it, that means there are buyers who are willing to pay more than where they were this morning. So let's see, we've got about a minute and a half left on this candle right here. All right, so Penn is working on a. It's not as pretty on the 5 minute as it is on the 10 minute probably. Yeah, it's working on a bull flag. I mean, that is definitely a bull flag. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's no in trading. I mean, there's only a probability in trading. So we're getting this bull flag and then the next possible move up here. Miso is pulling back down again after that hit of VWAP. Under normal circumstances, that is definitely a sell signal. I'm going to take some profit here on MESO. As close to 13 as I can get. All right, so I locked in some profits there. I sold 2/3 of my position there, so I'm only holding on to 100 shares. The realized gain on that was $278. So now a successful test of $12.48 is what I'm looking for. If the stock comes down and tests $12.48 and then starts to move back up again, we come down. Let me take it off a snap. We come down here, hit this price level, and then move away again. Then the stock will just kind of continue for the rest of the day in that direction. Otherwise, a breakthrough and a close below this 1246 line, and the interest, the buyer's interest, has gone away, and I will just let it go. Unfortunately, I'll let the second 100 or the last 100 shares, go for a profit as well. Not quite the tidy profit as if it had stayed up in this level and so forth, but it'll still be profit nonetheless. Penn still working on kind of a bullish, still working on a bull flag here. We'll see how it turns out. DraftKings is working on a little bit of a bull flag here too. So move up, sideways consolidation, and preparation for the next move up. Buyers are definitely coming into the market. There's talk of a pullback happening, and until there's a catalyst for it, I mean, earnings season, I imagine, is going to be volatile like it always is. However, once everything settles out, I can only imagine there's going to be forward guidance that's bullish. I think it's a good time to be long in the market. Else. it back on the 1 minute here for a little bit. All right, so volume on pin has definitely fallen off. It's at 10:30. So we got one round of activity. Mondays can have pretty late, like it's like everybody comes back from the weekend on Mondays, and the first round of buying happens like into the first half hour of the day. It doesn't happen right after the first open. And then there's a late second round of buying, like closer to 12 o'clock. Usually most of the action will happen in the first half hour of the trading day, most of the time. But Mondays I've found people I was groggy this morning. It's nice to be back in the office. I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old at home, and keeping up with them all weekend. I mean, I hope everybody had a relaxing weekend. I did not. It's tough to keep up with a couple of little kids, all weekend. And so once everybody gets back on their schedule, the 3-year-old is in daycare, the 5-year-old is in kindergarten. Mama's at work. She works at home. She works from home now. Which is why I got the office, really, because I was in my home office, but with everybody staying home, I needed to get out and get some more room, so I started renting this office, and I've got a great office. It's 14 feet by 12 feet with a view. I can see the outside. I can see sunshine from across the hall here. There's another office across the hall. but it's super inexpensive. I mean, internet included, heating, cooling. They've got meeting places and a lounge area. It's a great setup here, and definitely worth the price. So it's nice to be back in the office. Oh, Miso is taking a pretty nasty dip there. I think let's see, where are we here? Definitely went down past 1246 there. So yeah, to see it hang out above my entry there at $12 would be really nice. However, that's significantly lower than the 1246 price that I was watching. Let's see if we can get back over 1246 and make another run back up. If not, I'll just let it go. It was a good trade. It's been a good trade. There we go. Okay. So I don't remember where I got this mark on DraftKings at 52.36, but a move up over to 52.36, successful test, and then move up again is another entry point for me. Are we getting? It's still a little bit early for that second round of buying to start. 30. We could start to see it now. Miso's coming back down here. I'm going to let the rest of Miso go here to protect profits. As close to 1208 as possible, really. Got some buyers coming in at 1205. So I am letting go of MISO. I've been ordering to sell at 1208. If it can get back up to 1308 and hold 1308 and then move up, then I'll be interested again. But for right now, it looks like this phase 3 trial news is just going to cause it to, get a pop, and then it's just going to sell off. So we'll just see how it works out. I'll come back to it later. If it's going to move back up to 20, first it's got to clear this this pattern. Well, I guess that is a nice upward movement there, and it could be forming a bottom right now. I mean, that could be a trend line, but there's really no telling. Phase 3 trial success is a good thing, no doubt about it. But buyers have to show interest. And in order for buyers to show interest, this thing needs to start moving up and holding higher prices. So if I can get a break and a hold, you can see how here. Let me get rid of this line. Get rid of that one too, just to kind of clean it up. But this opening range right here, you can see how it made a run up to that opening range and then fell back through, and it is now getting rejected. That's likely to continue. Whenever I've seen a vast majority of the time, successful phase 3 trials will run up and sell off. Occasionally, you'll have one that runs up and keeps running, and it's great. However, it usually makes its second move and continues on its second move. So this is kind of its first move of regular trading hours. This little range right here between 1240 and 1340, and then its second move is the one where it starts to break the regular market hour highs and then the pre-market highs. And it keeps breaking through these pre-market highs for a push higher. That's not what it's doing. It's stalling. And so until it shows that buyers are interested, I am not interested. That is the way trading works. TAT. Oh yeah, I keep TAT, T-A-T-T. I keep that up. Did I start averaging into T? I think I did. Yeah, I've got 100 shares of TATT at $6.11. So I'm waiting for this stock to settle down. It ran up to a little bit over 8, and it looks like it's trying to consolidate in this support area around $6, roughly around $6 even, which was kind of roughly just like this area. There was this area of consolidation around $6, and then it started to move up. Then again, $6 right in here acted as though it was support. So it was $6 for 100 shares. Once it proves itself and keeps moving up, then I'll add for a move to roughly $12. However, for the time being, I'm just going to let 100 shares ride for a while. If I get in at 100 shares and then it moves down to this $4.62, $5 price, and I get in on more shares of that, maybe as low as $4. Can't imagine it would go that low again. But yeah, right in here, I don't mind averaging in and then letting go. If it decides to keep moving below this $4 range, then I'll let it go. This is a company that's a generator company, and it signed an agreement with Honeywell to provide some kind of a generator service to Honeywell's 777 airliner, and so that's usually really good for a small cap stock especially if they, and it only has 8.9 million shares afloat roughly. And so, especially in the long run, if the management of the company can continue to expand on its opportunity provided to it by a large cap. Yay, DraftKings. Very nice. So I'm up on DraftKings right now by, over here. I'm up on 100 shares of DraftKings by $3 a share roughly. So I'm up, and I bought and sold. So I bought at $50.33. I bought 200 shares at $50.33. I sold half of the position at $51.66. So I got about $116 off that first trade. And now I'm up almost 300 on DraftKings here. I think I'm going to let this ride until DraftKings decides to hit this $55 mark here. And then if it can pop up over $55, if it can pop over 55.67 here and hold it, then I will add to the position for a move back over. All-time highs are at 63, so I'll add at $55 a share for a move over 63, and then if it moves over 63, I'll take profits. If it can move over this high, this all-time high right here, and then hold it, come back, test it, and hold it again, I'll buy some more. Pin's coming down a little bit more than I would like here, and it's taking a little bit more time than I'd like to see it take too. So I'm still profitable on the trade though, so. Okay, so Miso is holding on to this little support here. You know, it's got a lot of work to do. It traded 500,000 shares in this 1 minute candle right here that popped through VWAP. So it's encouraging to see, a lot of buying happening. However, there's such a big topping tail right here that the sellers came in and pushed it back down. There's a rising wedge. Let's look on the daily. It doesn't really show so well on the daily. Let's change it to an hourly here. Doesn't show up very well on the hourly either because it's within an hour. Let's try 30 minutes. Okay. So there's a rising wedge here on the 30-minute chart. But that's, that's only mildly interesting. This and it could turn to play out, well, but you can't really trust it on a 30-minute chart, and then you don't really get corroboration. And we can look at it on the 15-minute chart. That's not a high probability trade. Not a high probability setup. But I'm profitable on it. I have my cutoff level. My cutoff level is is still profitable. It would knock me down from almost 300 to almost 200. Pardon me, if it goes down past my support line, but still, it's a profitable trade. So. Have 7.5 minutes left on this candle, and then we'll see what kind of action we get on the candle after that. Right now it's coming into, I have simple moving averages here, and this is the 20 period simple moving average that I put on I put a 20 and a 50, and the 200 I never really use, but the 20 and the 50 on the simple moving average for the 10-minute chart. Tends to give me a decent signal. So let's see, the price to beat now for a momentum setup would be $2.11, $211.89. I'm going to throw on a trend line here. I'm just going to erase those. They're easy enough to replace. Now let's see what we get. This is the 10-minute. Let's look at the 5-minute and see what kind of resistance price action we're getting. So on the 5-minute setup, the last price to beat would be $210.73. Those two prices meet somewhere around 11 o'clock, a little bit after 11 o'clock, which is about 10 minutes from now. And so we'll see. Right now, it's looking like it's just going to stair step down, which is what you'll get with the momentum trade here. Often is just kind of stair stepping down for the rest of the day. Quite a bit like what we saw on LGHL a couple days ago. Okay, so now let's see. Got about 5 minutes until the 11 o'clock candle closes. 10:55 to 11 o'clock. That puts us right there. We're still up. Oh no, it's PIN, sorry. Where's MESO? As of right now, MESO is riding the support line here. Okay, and it's coming back down through it. It got some support again right here at 1208-ish, 1209-ish. Might be coming back down through. Let's see, $12 held back here. 12 to 12.24. I don't know. We'll see. So PIN is still bullish here, but it's not as bullish as if it had consolidated for like 15 or 20 minutes and then broken out to new highs after that. quiet. Nothing's hitting the scanner. All right, Miso, it's been fun. So I just exited Miso at $12, and for the last few shares of Miso I had, exited at $12.14. Yeah, that knocked me down. I was at 278 on it, and after that fallback, I'm up one. So 278 minus 81 puts me at 193. So slightly less than $200 on that trade. It looks to me like it's nobody's giving it any attention, or it's not getting attention, and so I took some profits along the way. Let's see where my transactions. So I sold 100, 200. Sold at 1302. 200 shares at 1302 for that nearly $300 gain. Then sold shares at 1214.60 for an $80 loss. So I bought pre-market at $12 and where's that? I don't see where the pre-market buy on Miso is. Oh well. Anyway, I'm up $200 on it. There's gotta be refresh. Okay, Miso sell at 12.14. Sold 100 shares at 12.14. Sold 200 shares at 13.02. Buy. Where's my pre-market? My pre-market buy must not be showing up on think it was $12.95 where I bought, which makes sense because that's $12.95 minus $12.14 would be, roughly 80 cents or $80. But for whatever reason, my pre-market buy isn't showing up on my transaction windows from today. It's kind of annoying. All right. I'm going to put miso back here, the back of the line. LCLSE, not really doing anything. 3D, interesting thing happening here. It came out with, I've forgotten why it started trading so highly. Oh, okay, it sold a division of its company, lightened its load, probably helped out its balance sheet a bit. And here we go. So pin came down to test close to the bottom of this this candle on the move up on the 5 minute. So now the stock has quite a bit of work to do to get back over its highs on the day after a fairly impressive gap higher. Let's get these out of the way. Yeah, so 207.76 was a decent spot to enter the trade. I don't remember if I averaged into this one or not. Let me see. Buy pin. No, I only entered once. I only entered at one price at 207.77. So yeah. Bit of a resistance line there. The bottom of this breakup candle in the 10 minute is at 206.47. And I hate to see it come down and test that price because then it would put me negative on the trade. So I'd like to see it break out here on the third touch. If it doesn't, I'll just let it go and take the profits, take the money and run. Make that bigger. About 15 seconds left on this candle. And the close over 210.55 is encouraging. A close over that price by a penny isn't as encouraging as if it had closed at the top of this candle. Okay, so we just hit 11 o'clock. Now let's see what Penn decides to do. Let's see if some buyers decide to enter here. Nope. All right. Let's take some profits. Okay. So I got filled at 210.30 right there. Oh, so that was good for $500. Not quite the same as 1,400 when it was up here, but oh well. All right, so I am out of all of my trades except for DraftKings right now. DraftKings is pulling back a bit. Hmm. I don't see any news in RXN, but it's definitely ramping up. And it did all that in just 1 minute here. Let's see what kind of volume is involved. 166,000. I guess there's just somebody that decided, yeah, I'm willing to buy this stock at, whatever price between $44 and $50. Miso's falling away. It's nice knowing you, Miso. See you around. I might leave this one up. But it if you look on the daily here, it hit a high that was right at the bottom of this candle body right here. Interesting. Interesting gapping going on here. I wonder if it'll find some support around 1193 right here. Pardon me. I'll keep an eye on MESO. I cannot stand Twitter. I would love to see this company fail. I don't care how many people it puts out of work. Twitter is just a god awful platform. It's like the pits of hell put onto a website where every demon and lost soul can get up and spew its filth. Okay, so let's run some numbers here. So I got Square. I exited out of for a $75 gain. Pin for about a $200 gain, a little slightly less than $200. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. Miso for slightly $200, slightly less than $200. And DraftKings, I'm still in DraftKings. I managed to take $82, almost $83 of profit on DraftKings. And after this move up, I was up another $300 on it. Now it's come down a little bit. I think I'm gonna let it ride. So let me add all this together here. I'm going to put it into a spreadsheet instead of banging it out on the calendar or banging it out on the calculator. Let's try this again. Okay, so $600 on the day. I think I'm going to call it a day there. I'm going to let DraftKings ride. Then I exited out of Square completely. I didn't get into Triple D. I didn't trade Twitter. And then I exited out of Penn completely. So total profit of $252 on Penn, $75 on Square, 278 minus 81, 192 on Miso, and so far $82 on DraftKings. I haven't realized the profit on this other set of shares I have in DraftKings. I'm just going to let DraftKings run and see if I bought in at $50 and see if this thing can break new recent highs here at roughly 55.50 and make it into all new all-time highs at the 60 mid 60s range. Looks like as of right now on the daily, DraftKings is hitting this little resistance line. Love to see it break over. Today's goal really for DraftKings is to close over this 52, pop that up a little bit, 52.62, for it to close over 52.62. It'll probably consolidate in here a little bit and then break out over that range and make it up over 56. This 56.08 it looks like level. 55.98. So yeah, it's going to be a swing trade for me. I'm going to leave that one on. And after today's profit, I mean, it can fall down a little bit past 50. And I'll still be profitable on the trade. I'd really rather not see it go all the way back to 50 again. It's already broken through 50, come back to test it, and then hold it, and then move higher. So and it actually came down to test 50 again today, and really moved away from $50. So I don't foresee it moving lower than 50 anytime soon. Certainly is possible. I mean, it's only been a few days since it moved from 44 past 50, but for the time being, it's a bullish setup. This is a bullish chart pattern here, so I'm just gonna leave that one be. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the morning for me, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this and you like what you see, and you're looking for a place to hang out, come and hang out. Look forward to hearing from you. Take care, everybody.